you will have an idea what kind of cases BMJ will accept. Okay, are you all able to see the presentation on what we are looking for?
Yes, it's
fine. So actually BMJ learning is a patient focused journey. So we actually look for some kind of unique things in kinds of the treatment procedures, what the doctors are using, any novel treatment methods were followed for treating the patients. Everything is revolving around the patient. This is highly a patient-centered journal actually. And the key patient at the center of the medical key is the patient at the center of the medical learning. So what kind of disease the patient is having, and does the patient is having access to medical care, and is how the patient is responding to the treatment, and does the patient live with any kind of disability. So these things are actually counted while considering the cases of patients with BMJ. So going forward, I will show you some of the examples of the novel learning value. I am just opening you a case report. I think Dr. Anujit, you are from ophthalmology, right? I think this will be quite interesting case for you.
This is right up.
Yeah. So yeah, can you see the case reports page getting opened?
Yes, it's open.
Okay. I'm just playing a short video here. Actually, yeah, I will just play the video. It's just 25 to 30 seconds might be. Excuse me, Dr. Anujit, is the voice getting echoed, or should I mute?
No. The voice from the video is not coming, but otherwise the video is playing fine.
Oh, you are not able to hear the voice from the video?
No, there is no audio. There is no audio from that video.
Okay, I'll just try to. Okay, so I just want to share some insights on this video case report actually. So it's a maximum of 2 to 3 minutes actually having the video, but you can see the video is well annotated, and there is a background presentation along with the video. Just taking a video and then putting in a journal, it will not work out. So we actually look for a well annotated video. You could have seen that some kind of labeling was made at some point of time called stack. Then A1, they were identifying the optic nerve and showing that in the label in the video also. So those kind of annotations are quite so that the viewers look it keeps the case report keeps the viewers interesting. So imagine yourself, actually, Dr. Anujit is from ophthalmology. And for example, Dr. Isha is there. She is from some other department. And Dr. Anujit is trying to explain Dr. Isha about his case. How will he explain? He will be explaining it, on a neatly presented video with well annotations and explaining at the background also. The same thing is happening in the BMJ. Our chief editor is a general surgeon, and Dr. Anujit is from ophthalmology. So he is trying to explain our chief editor. Come, Simam Biswas, look at this. This is the patient I have, and these are all the procedures we perform, and this is the output of the treatment. So this is the kind of presentation you are making with the editorial members of the BMJ. All we look is the normal learning value actually. So this is going to be an online website learning opportunity actually. So online website learning opportunity. Now the patient is here. You are able to explain the various procedures what you are doing with the patient to a person, and the other person is able to understand very easily. So normally you can see the case reports. Any case reports will be having a very simple English, and the videos will be well annotated, and the figures are also well annotated. So That's the novel learning value we are looking at in BMJ case reports. Yeah, and I will also take you to another one case report. So here, yeah, this is also a video demonstration. I will share you another one, a simple, yeah, this one. This is an image-based case report. This is regarding the fly chest actually. I will take you directly to the case report. Yeah, this is the case report of that presentation. And you could also, this is a figure actually. This is a CT image. And this is a reconstructed CT image. And you can see the, parts of the rib cage, which is broken. And then the X-rays. And finally, you can see the learning points here. Fly chest after blunt trauma to the chest has a high morbidity and mortality rate. So normally, in BMJ case reports, this is the point what we look for, the learning points. So this is very important actually. What kind of learning are you getting from the case report? So based on the learning points, only the case reports will be decided whether it is going to get published or not going to get published. So if there is any common or even a rare case report, but there should be a novel learning value. If that is the case, then BMJ will be happy to publish your case report. So any questions so far, doctors? Any questions, any comments? Okay. I will also play you another one sample video of the case report. It's a very simple one. Everyone will be seeing this on a day-to-day life. Yeah. Can you see the case report?
Yes.
Jugular venous pulse in consecutive pericarditis. Yeah. I'm just playing a video. There is no audio in this video anyway, but I will show you how the doctor is explaining with this video. Here you can see, yeah, the jugular venous pulse. And you can see the graphical representation on top made. The doctor has, the author of the case report has made a curve based on the pulse. He has explained in the variations in the speed of the video. So 0.5x, 0.25x. Yeah. Because this jugular venous pulse is quite a common case with many of the people. And many normal people will be having this. But the doctor has created a value by comparing it with a line diagram with a X-ray with a curve, so that he has made an appealing effect to the case report, and the case report has got published. So these are all the types of case reports actually BMJ will be looking for. Fine, doctors. Now I will show you some of the various types of case reports and how to write the case reports. I will share you some of the templates on various types of case reports. So, doctors, the URL of for all the participants today, I will be providing you a 1-month trial access for BMJ case reports. So kindly go through the BMJ case reports portal and how to write the case reports, and kindly present your case report with the GCMER officials for the competition. So the URL of the site is casereports.bmj.com. And here you can see the section called authors. So please click on authors after entering the home page. So Here there are, one thing is submit manuscript and the other one is instruction for authors. The instruction for authors is the very most important thing. Everyone, please go through the instruction for authors thoroughly, and then you come back to the case reports writing steps. First one is how to write for BMJ case report. So here there are three different types of templates available. One, the standard case template, which is a full case template. The other one is images or video based template, and the other one is global health template. I will just explain you the differences between the three templates. Actually, the standard or clinical case template is the day-to-day, patients, whoever you are seeing in the hospital. That is the standard or clinical case template. The normal case report, which you are presenting on a day-to-day, and which you are seeing on a day-to-day life, that you are trying to present it with the BMJ case reports. That's the full case report. So normally there is a word limit, actually, maximum of 2000 words for BMJ case reports. That is the standard clinical case template. You can just click this template and the template will get downloaded. It's a simple word format. I will also open you the template. I have already opened it in my Google Drive. So can you see the templates now opening?
Yes, it's loading.
Yeah, okay. See, no, actually, we don't have a, the 2000 word limit is not a strict mandate, actually. If the case report is having a very good value and the word limit is slightly getting extended or getting extended on many folds also, we don't mind, actually. We just look at the novel learning value. But the word limit is mandatory only for the, abstract or the summary. Because the summary or abstract is indexed in Scopus and PubMed, and they have a word limit. PubMed has a word limit of only 150 words. So your summary and abstract should be in the 150 words. Other things can have a word limit, and there is no image limit also. So on opening the case reports, the very first instruction is given. I have read the instruction for authors, and I am using the correct word template. So that's the very first thing. And then they are asking about, I have signed the patient consent. Please make sure that we do not accept any case reports without the patient consent. There is a separate section called patient consent form. That is a mandated document in BMJ, because without the patient consent, we won't accept any case report for publication. So it will be straight away rejected if there is no patient consent. What if the patient is a minor? Well, the parents, if the patient is a small child, then the consent can be taken from the parents of the child or the guardian. Or if the person is having some kind of disability, the person is not able, having a visually impaired or something, if he is having a disability, then the kins and relatives of the patient can give the consent. And suppose if the patient died during the treatment procedure, then of course the patient consent can be obtained from the kins and relatives of the patient. So there are separate patient consent form formats. I will show you during the course of presentation. So after reading the first 2 pages with all the instructions, please delete these 2 pages. And now here starts the actual case reports. So the title of the case. The most important thing is, please do not use any humorous title or the title with an exclamation mark. Please write a simple, straightforward, boring clinical title. Whatever it is, however the long the title is, no problem. But please make it a clinical, straightforward title. And writing humorous titles, actually it affects the patients. The patient feels insulted. So please avoid. And if the titles are having such cryptic or humorous titles or with exclamation marks, straight away the case report will get rejected. There is no appeal at all in future. So kindly look into that and write a straightforward clinical title. And coming up to the summary, this is the part which is getting, indexed in PubMed, Scopus, Web of Science. So there is a word limit. So please maintain the summary of the case report with 150 words. And this should, give an overview of your complete case report. And going forward, going to the background. Why did you write this case report? List out the points and what is the message you're trying to give. So that has to be mentioned in the background. And here comes the case presentation. This is the actual case report. What you are actually writing, what you dealt with the case, the complete steps and procedures, everything are recorded here in the case presentation. Write it here. And if they, wherever possible, whatever the investigations you are making, please, whatever the relevant investigations, please list out in the relevant investigations part. It's very simple actually. That you can just put the words in the template and you can upload with BMJ Case Reports. It's very simple actually. And if there is any relevant differential diagnosis, anything, you can mention it here in the differential diagnosis section. And if you're doing any kind of treatment like physiotherapy or any supportive care or anything, everything can be mentioned in the treatment side. And the discussion part. This is the conclusion of the case report. Whatever you have learned from the case report can be mentioned here. And the most important one is the learning points. This is the, without learning points, BMJ case reports will not accept any case reports. It will be straight away rejected. So normally, I get many complaints from many of the authors that, we have submitted this case report and it has not got published. So they actually, have a perception. When I check with the chief editor of my, team, she comes back with me that, this case report does not have a learning point. It doesn't have a normal learning value. And that's the main reason it got rejected. So she will list out. And most of the cases, the reviewers also point out whatever the changes to be made, what are all the steps to be improved in the case report. Everything will be pointed out the reviewers and everything will be communicated to the authors. So it will be a very useful informations can be obtained after submitting the case reports. Many follow-ups can be made, and even I can also help with the authors to get their papers published. So you can contact us also anytime, but we will share you most of the information. But please, the learning point is very important. And there are some of the shortcuts also for your case report to get accepted easily. One thing is patient perspective. I will show you the patient's perspective. It is the real words of the patient. The doctor is exactly translating it in English and then publishing it. I will show you an example of the patient perspective in this slide. I think yeah. Yeah, can anyone please read the statement. This is the patient's voice actually. In 2007, there was a boil in my mouth, which was not healing. So I went to a doctor, some tests were done and it was found that I have diabetes. I was prescribed to take 3 tablets of Glymax HEMA per day. In 2011, it was found that I also have hypertension and I was prescribed some blood pressure medicines. So this is the patient's perspective. This is the voice of the patient. What patient exactly told about the treatment and other things. It is not that, I went to the hospital, they gave me excellent treatment, and finally I got recovered and then I discharged from the hospital. This is not the patient's perspective. So this is the kind of patient's perspective. I'm just giving you an example. What kind of patient's perspective? So when you are adding patient's perspective with the case report, your chance of getting accepted is very high. Case reports with patient's perspective, a well-written patient perspective, has got 50% higher chance of getting it published. And not necessarily, many of the patients do not know English. Some of them will be knowing Tamil, some of them will be knowing only Marathi. Whatever it is, just record the statement in their native language, then translate it exactly in English. It was, I was prescribed to take 3 tablets. I was prescribed some blood pressure medicines. It was I actually. It is not the doctor's voice, it's the patient's voice. So it might be in any local languages also, but just translate it in the exact words and then put it in the patient perspective. So that's about the patient's perspective. Yeah. And coming to the references, actually, we actually in BMJ case reports, we look into the Vancouver style of referencing. So kindly, the guidelines in the Vancouver style, this will be only taken for the references. So whatever references you have, kindly include in the Vancouver style. And for example, the references might be from other journals also, and even newspapers also. For certain, case areas like, countries like in Israel and all, where there is a kind of, a war tension or something. Many of the, references comes from the news articles as well, like from BBC. So even those articles can also be considered as a reference. So this is about the, standard clinical case report. So once after, writing the case report in the format mentioned, please save the template with the name. For example, Dr. Anujit Paul is here. So it will be Paul_February_2022. So that is the, way of saving the Word format, the template. And this is the way you have to submit with the BMJ Case Reports website. I will also show you on how to upload the case reports in the next step. So this is about the clinical case report. So in next 2-3 minutes, I will share you, I will just show you the difference in the image and video based case report and the global health template. There are only few differences. I will just share you that differences as well. I'm now opening the global health template. So in this template, there is no word limit actually, but generally we mention around 4,000 words. Only thing is, the abstract or the summary will be having 150 words, like that is as usual because it is indexed in Scopus and PubMed. But everything is similar, like a standard clinical case report. Everything is similar. Title of the case, summary, background, everything is similar. Only the additional information what you require to look into is the global health problem list. So what is global health problem list? Any ideas, doctors? Yeah, I will just share you some insights on this. For example, a patient has come to Mahatma Gandhi itself. Let's consider in Pondicherry as an example. A patient has admitted in Mahatma Gandhi due to say some kind of industrial pollutant. Pondicherry and Kadalur has got a lot of industries right around. So due to that industrial pollutant, some kind of effects. So this is like the social cause. why the patient actually got that problem. So identifying the social cause, then the economic cause. Whether the patient has been denied any kind of health care because of his economic conditions. For example, a patient who is suffering from, some, what to say, that in labor actually, a female patient who is in the labor, if she is denied uh, treatment for her delivery in any of the hospital, why is she denied? Why? What is the root cause? So the economic conditions, the social conditions, and in some places like in Andhra and Telangana, some kind of caste, even the caste system, those things are also, impact on the treatments actually in many places. So those things, identifying such, broader perspective of with the patients. So normally, the industrial pollutants on those things, the environmental effects of the, patient. So those things, it will be like looking like a public health aspect to the case report, but it is not a public health case report, because public health means it is, focused with only one department, mainly the preventive and social medicine. They will be only taking care of those, patients and all. So it is not restricted to the public health actually. That's why we have named as global health, because we get patients from ophthalmology who is having some, if there is a industrial, uh, pollutant which has caused some kind of infection in eye. So definitely that is also a global health case report. So only that has to be identified, and that has to be elaborated well in the global health problem list. And one more thing I wish to share is the global health case reports are most powerful case reports around, in our history, in from 2007 onwards, we have rejected just 4 case reports in the history. There are a lot of case reports which has been published, but we have just rejected 4. So you can, imagine the type of acceptance rate in global health. Why it is accepted a lot? Because this actually helps the governments also to take any kind of policy decisions in the healthcare. In Tamil Nadu, we have done this with CMC Vellore. We have, done global health case reports with the neighboring areas. We have presented with the district health authorities to make necessary changes. The same has been done with Karnataka. Same has been done with many of the African nations. So that is the kind of, power actually lying with the global health case report. So it's all in your hands, doctors, actually, to, bring the healthcare and uplifting the patient's, health in your area using the global health case reports. You can straight away write the case report, and when it gets published with BMJ, you can very well take this with the healthcare authorities, and you can give them the recommendations to make necessary changes in the healthcare policies. So that's the, power of global health case reports. I'll just share you some of the global health case report examples. I'm straight away going to the homepage of BMJ Case Reports. You can see the section on global health. Please click on the section on global health. You'll be taken to, there are some course materials also on preparing what is global health and how to write global health case report. Please go through them as well. And here is the global health archive. So here you can see war journalism and occupational exposure. So in countries where there is, unrest due to war, how it is affecting the healthcare. So those things are all reported. And I think in this particular article, they would have taken references from many newspapers also. There is a chance you can see in the references. So these are the references actually. I will show you some more case reports. I'm just typing. One keyword. I think this is a case report from Telangana. Yeah, this is a global health case report, HIV in India, the Jogini culture. So doctors, after enabling the trial access, kindly go through all the case reports. I will also share you some of the important case reports so that you can get an idea how to write the case report. And yeah, please read this article also. I will share you this in the chat section. It's free article. Yeah, it's a free to download actually. So this is actually, about the Jogini culture, which was followed somewhere some 4, 5, 6 years before in the state of Telangana. So a patient was, yeah, it was in Andhra Pradesh actually. Yeah. The patient is a 32-year-old woman from a small village. She is the only child, and because of the Jogini culture, she got infected with the HIV, and how the treatment was made. Everything was mentioned here. So kindly go through this case report, doctor, and you will get a fair idea on writing the global health case report. And one more thing, doctors. During the BMJ case reports, also, just not only publishes only the successful cases, it also publishes the failures actually. During the treatment procedures, if the procedures has failed eventually, even that can be reported because it's all the learning actually for others. So it will be a learning for others that what are the steps that should not be followed with that particular failure case report. So it's just not a case report on successes. It's case reports of failures also can be reported. And the last template which I would like to show you is the the image-based template. So this is a compact case report having more number of images and videos, but it will have just a word limit of only 500 words. So that's the images or video based case report. So you can download the template. It is just a simple Word file. I'm just trying to open everything is similar. Only thing is, there will be more emphasis on the figures actually. So, presenting many case reports with many images actually, but the images has to be well annotated. I will share you some examples of the image-based case reports as well. So it will be having a summary, then abstract, and then the case presentation. And everything will be related with videos only. Only the explanation of the images is important.
So for an image-based case report, does the case it just has to add something new to literature or be unique? It can be a different presentation of common finding?
Yes. You just have to, add the literature to the image or the video, and you can publish it. Just 500 words. That's enough actually for an image-based case report. Yeah, this is the template on image-based case reports. So you can see here, everything will be similar. The title of the case and the description. That's it. Just 500 words. And then the learning points. And along with the relevant images and pictures or videos. And normally, we encourage maximum doctors to, present color images and video files. And the videos also, doctors should not be more than 2 to 3 minutes, because beyond that, the readers will not have the patience to watch a complete surgery procedure or anything. You can just, edit the videos in small fractions and compile it to a maximum of 2 to 3 minutes. And then you can upload with the BMJ case reports. So any questions, doctors? Yeah, fine. I will now take you to, the next step is on submitting the manuscript. Yeah, please.
Sir, thank you for the very much needed presentation. So I have a question from the reviewer of the BMJ case report.
Okay.
So we submit reviews, and then how do we know if our comments or our suggestions have been actually inculcated in the paper or not? There is no proper notification system when the cases get published, and whether those particular suggestions are really taken into consideration, or how do we improve ourselves as a reviewer?
This is a separate discussion point, Dr. Bhagyajyoti. The thing is, we are also planning to conduct a reviewers workshop also. I am planning to bring our chief editor directly to that workshop. So you will be having a much better understanding. Normally, the reviewers' comments actually will be communicated with the authors, because since it is a single blind system, what we follow, the name of the reviewers will not be mentioned anywhere, because it's a blind system actually we follow. So what we do is, whatever reviewers have given any comments related to the case report, to improve the case report or make any changes, that will be communicated with the authors, and the authors will have to make the necessary change and make the revisions and submit. Normally, once most of the times what happens is, the reviewers will, if the reviewers are normally we send for 3 to 4 reviews, and if we are able to obtain 3 successful reviews, we publish the manuscript. Suppose we are having, a balance, like 2 has given positive and 2 has given negative. In that case, we will ask the author to revise the manuscript, and in that case we will, since it is a blind system, the communication between the author and the reviewer will be through the editorial executives only, the support executives. Only they will be coordinating, and the authors will not be knowing who is the reviewer and who has asked the changes to be made. So that information will not be available with the authors, and reviewers won't have the information of the authors. But sometimes, there is an unethical practice also happening. For example, a reviewer might have already published an article, and if the reviewer is insisting to add his article as a reference, then it comes as a conflict of interest as well. So that has to be avoided on a reviewer's point of view. So please, when Dr. Bhagyajyoti, whenever you get any, if you also, if the doctors who are going to write the case reports also, if you are facing such issues, straight away report to me or anyone in BMJ team that this particular reviewer is trying to influence you by trying to add his article as a reference, so that the reviewers actually try to get more citations for their articles, which is not an ethical actually. So that has to be avoided on the reviewer's point of view. So otherwise it is fine, Dr. Bhagyajyoti. So for reviewers, we'll conduct a separate workshop. And so far I have answered your question, right, Dr. Bhagyajyoti?
Yes, sir, to a good extent. I'll be eagerly waiting for the workshop by Dr. Seema Viswas.
Sure,
Anyway.
sure. Dr. Seema Biswas will be handling the workshop actually. She is the chief editor of BMJ Case Reports.
I hope we'll be notified about the workshop soon.
Yeah, sure, sure. Okay.
Thank
And
you, sir.
doctors, in the interest of time, I'll just share you how to upload the manuscript with the BMJ portal. So in the author section, click on submit manuscript. When you click on submit manuscript, you will be taken to the manuscript central page. Manuscript Central is from Clarivate. Actually, this is our third-party platform which manages the entire, manuscript sections, management of BMJ. Sorry, I'm just getting some. Just a moment. Yeah. I'm actually, doctors, this is also linked with your ORCID account. In case if you don't have a manuscript central account, you can also create an account. So I already have an account. So I'm just, using my username and password. To log in. So it's a very simple process actually. Here, again, all the steps will be mentioned on submitting the manuscripts, correcting and updating submissions, everything will be mentioned here. Here, please click on author. So once you click on the author section, here you can see whatever submissions you already have done, that will be mentioned here. So it is like, it's a dashboard actually, where you can also see the current status of your submissions. So I'm clicking on start new submission and then begin submission. So the, we have created the case reports in the template, right? You can just drag that case report and upload here. It's very simple. Or you can also continue without pre-filling the submission fields. So I'm clicking on that. So here you have to select the type of case report. So I'm here, I'm selecting the standard case report. And here you have to mention the title, which is straightforward clinical title, and the summary and the subject areas you can select over here. And once after completing all these steps, the next step is the file upload. So whatever steps are missing, it is showing as a prompt. So in the file upload, you can also upload any kind of images, the patient consent form, very important one. The patient consent form is available in the BMJ Case Reports website itself, doctors. So here in the how to write for BMJ Case Reports, in this section, here you can see the patient consent. Just click on patient consent. And you can see the BMJ consent form. So doctors, there is no compromise at all. The BMJ consent form, the patient consent form should be in the BMJ consent form format. It is available in many languages. It's available in Marathi, Bengali, Hindi, Urdu, Tamil. And we are also looking at many South Indian languages like Malayalam and Telugu also. So if any of the participants also, if you are willing to help us, you can also translate the patient consent form to local language and send it to me, so that we can send to our editorial team and upload the same in the website. So you can see about consent policy and the patient consent form for diseased patients, children, patient who lacks capacity, and the images of the patients. And doctors, please be sure that the identity of the patient should never be revealed in the patient case report. Even the age, even in the age also, you can just mention the exact figure need not be mentioned, 32 years or 33 years. A patient in the early 30s, or mid-30s or late 40s. That's enough actually. And never ever disclose the face of the patient anywhere, even in the image-based case report. If you want to show the image, face of the patient, also please, uh, cover the section, like, you can make a doc in the section of face so that the patient's identity is not revealed. So that is called anonymization of the images. And the patient consent form, you can see here, there are many languages here. You can select the language whichever you want and whichever is available, and you can download it and get the patient consent signed in that particular format. And only then BMJ will consider for publishing your manuscript. And here you can upload the other files, like even the template also can be uploaded here along with the images and supporting figures. And here also, I am the sole author of the work. This is the most of the if the author is a single author, or if there are 4 authors, I am one author signing on behalf of all co-authors. So that has to be selected. And BMJ actually consider a maximum of 4 authors. If there is more number of authors, more than 4 authors is part of a manuscript, then you have to write a letter to the editor with the justification of the 5th author and the role of the 5th author in this work case report. And once after selecting the required fields, please go through the field also. The next step is the attributes. The attributes will have the keywords actually, which will display your case reports when it is searched in BMJ Case Reports portal as well as in the search engines. So these keywords are quite important, and you can select the appropriate keywords. And the next step is the most important one, and this is the area where many of the authors also make mistakes actually. Authors and institutions. So BMJ is a journal which operates on a fellowship model. So the institution, whoever is subscribing to BMJ Case Reports, has the privilege to publish any number of case reports without paying any article processing fees. For example, I spoke with Dr. Anujit about Mahatma Gandhi Medical College, Pondicherry. So when Mahatma Gandhi Medical College, Pondicherry subscribes to BMJ Case Reports, then any number of doctors and users of Mahatma Gandhi Medical College can publish any number of case reports without paying any article processing fees. So through this workshop, I request every doctors and students to represent to your librarian for the institutional subscription of BMJ Case Reports. And I thank the GCMER also for arranging this platform. And for the institutional or individual subscribers, we actually provide a fellowship code, which is a number actually, which will identify BMJ that this manuscript has come from this particular institution. So that fellowship code is here. So this part you have to mention, and then you have to fill the other required fields and then go on to the next step. Here you can also upload the cover letter to the author about even the contribution statement. What are the contribution of all the 4 co-authors of the manuscripts? Everything can be mentioned here in the cover letter. And if you have any information on funding also, that can be mentioned over here. But normally, since the case reports are getting published through the fellowship institutions, there is no requirement for the funding actually. And the approximate number of figures and words, everything can be mentioned over here, the details and comments. And After going through the necessary fields, here also, does your paper need to be published under CC BY? Here, most probably, please select yes actually. And then click on save and continue. Then comes the last step. So far, we have not mentioned any of these, details in the submission field. So everything has been come as a prompt. It was prompted red. So in case when you are writing any manuscript, if you missed anything also, it will be prompted over here. And once after, completing everything, you can, submit the manuscript. And then in due course, it will be going out for review. And normally, it takes 21 days as a standard to review the manuscript and get the manuscript published. So normally the speed of the publication is around 21 days, but due to pandemic, last year it was around 45 to 50 days in many of the cases, and it was even up to 75 days because we were quite difficult to get the reviewers comment on time during the pandemic times. So that was the case in the last year also. And doctors, for your information, the standard case template has a 45 to 50% acceptance rate. If it is an images or video based, you have 80 to 90% acceptance rate. And if it is a global health template, it is almost 100% acceptance rate. So kindly choose your case report accordingly and start writing your case reports. And I'm happy to enable your trial access, and it will be shared with all the participants today. Please, fill your feedback form. Only the people who are filling the feedback form will be getting the trial access. Dr. Sivakumar has asked about a few questions. So any other questions, doctors, you can also unmute yourself and ask me any questions. We have come to the end of the session right now. So it will be hardly taking another 2-3 minutes. I will just take on the, Roshini Chabria has asked for individual membership. Individual membership is quite expensive. It is around 273 UK pounds. It is also available in the website. Normally, we request everyone for supporting with institutional membership, which is very much affordable in India. So individual pays an annual fellowship fee. It is around 273 pounds. So it is mentioned directly. Yeah, right now it is 284 pounds. So this is one part, but we request you to recommend your institution librarians about the institutional fellowship, and I can also, give you the benefits. Actually, we provide unlimited publishing opportunity for BMJ Case Reports. It is not just BMJ Case Reports. There are other platforms also from BMJ where we support our authors to even publish original research articles. We do have options to make unlimited publication arrangement for original research articles also. So I am happy to support you in this aspect as well. So any other questions, doctors? You can unmute yourself and ask me any questions. And doctors, regarding the case reports competition here for GCMER, I'm happy to inform you that they have asked me to publish 3 case reports. And those 3 case reports will be complimentary. I'll be providing you the complimentary fellowship code for the winners of the case reports. But while writing the case reports, please go through the guidelines of the BMJ case reports. You can also, I will be enabling you the trial access, and you can also go through all the existing case reports, and you can see how the case reports are written, and you can have a fair idea and